What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think. Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love.
Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, Your Worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
So yesterday morning, Gina Carano posted this on X, that she was in Los Angeles to attend the hearing about Disney's need to dismiss the case that she brought against them, the lawsuit, as they were citing First Amendment bullshit. I don't know how one person can violate the First Amendment rights of a corporation, but I also don't understand the law. The articles in the Hollywood Reporter, and as Gina posted later, the judge wants to take a closer look before ruling from the bench. Okay, if she had ruled from the bench, it would be bad. The fact that she took it back with her to look at the case more closely says she's extremely skeptical of Disney's stance on and their reasons for wanting dismissal. Okay, I don't, again, understand the law that they're trying to cite and how their First Amendment rights were violated. It's kind of the same argument that Disney used against Ron DeSantis in the Reedy Creek issue, and Disney settled that. So I would suspect that if the judge comes back and rules in favor of Gina Carano, that Disney will offer a settlement. Because what's at stake here? All right, I have the legal documents, and it's only a tenth of what is in there. All right. The fact of the matter is, I know people are named, people that do not want to have to go and testify as hostile witnesses will be called and subpoenaed to show up. The instigators of all this crap will have to go on record in a trial, deposition, and a trial, and explain why they bullied and harassed this woman and violated her First Amendment rights. Okay. The problem that Disney is facing is the fact that the Constitution upholds the right of the individual. The individual, according to Ayn Rand, is the most put upon minority in the world because it's a minority of one. The U.S. Constitution was built to respect the rights of each and every person. And when you've got people that work for you who are ganging up on one person because she won't comply with what they want, and she is strong enough to stand there and tell them to fuck off, and they fire her for it or let her go from her job, that's wrong. That's violating her rights. Again, the U.S. Constitution stands there to protect the rights of individuals. Okay? And it is the most anti-collectivist piece of writing in the world for a government ever written. Okay, so you look at a corporation like Disney and you look at what's really going on here. Disney's footing the bill for Kathleen Kennedy's Mean Girl shit. So really, if Disney bends the knee and gives Gina her settlement and gives her her job back, it's not that they lose, it's that Kathleen Kennedy is shit all over her face. Again, if Bob Iger has to go in and clean up her mess yet again, it just proves what an angry, insufferable, overage teenager she really is, okay? And, a lot of people are just gonna, I would suspect a lot of people who are Kathleen Kennedy admirers and shills for her crap will leave in a huff, which is, we don't need them. Look at the score for The Acolyte. Like I said this morning in my first video, it's actually not 20% audience RT score, it's 15%. Okay? And to get the audience, now I'm going to say this. I don't believe a TV show can hurt the franchise. But let's talk more.
Stay back, Dropper. Easy.
Drop your weapon.
You're gonna wish you never left Alderaan. I saw your planet destroyed. I was on the Death Star.
Which one?
You think you're funny? Do you know how many millions were killed on those bases?
Drop your blaster.
As the galaxy cheered,
Last chance.
destroying your planet was a small price to pay to rid the galaxy of terrorism.
So, what we have here is, I think, a resolution on the horizon. That's, I have no way of knowing what Bob Iger's ideas are on this, but I do know for a fact that Jon Favreau really wants her back, and he feels very strongly she will come back. Okay, and again, the fact that Bob Iger has to clean up Kennedy's mess again just says a lot about what she was doing or not doing at Lucasfilm. And I'm going to say this. If this comes to trial and there's discovery, this is where all the emails are. They didn't release the emails anywhere because they were planning on suing the fuck out of Lucasfilm Disney. Okay, and look at it. Disney already has to worry about the Filson lawsuit, which I have heard nothing about recently. The Karen McCarthy lawsuit, and they're stonewalling the fuck out of them. And the reason why I think they're stonewalling is because they don't want anybody to know where they got the money. Because Disney, they're going to find out Disney didn't pay for it, for The Acolyte. They're going to find out some shady government agency foot the bill. Okay, and this poor bastard had to go in and try to make sense of what the demonic Satanist Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant filmed, ? Ask anybody who's seen it, because I haven't seen it, okay? But I do know it's edited poorly. Okay, so let's go back to what the judge said. The judge, basically, in talking to Disney's lawyers, and one of the lawyers is a name I think I remember from. So Petrocelli represented Fred Goldman in the O.J. Simpson civil trial and was able to win about $8 million from O.J. He defended one of the Enron executives, and the guy was sentenced to 24 years in prison for making false statements to auditors. And then when Petrocelli came in and actually got that sentence reduced by 10 years. He's also had work in the lawsuit filed about rights to Winnie the Pooh. But, you know, if you look at him, he's really good at making things less of a bad than they are. And the fact that the judge was when you read what she says to him, she was extremely sarcastic about what he requested of her. So I don't know what that means, but I mean, Petrocelli is a good lawyer. I mean, he's not a Clarence Darrow, and he's definitely not a defense lawyer like Alan Dershowitz, but he's a good lawyer. And I think that in the end, if they feel the judge is not going to rule in their favor, and you've got depositions, and you've got all of those emails and notes, etc., out as evidence to the public, that would damage Disney itself, not just Lucasfilm. And it would really damage Kathleen Kennedy, which I really want those to come out. I don't understand why we have to sit and, you know, why we haven't read these. I think that, you know, but if they're evidence in a civil trial, fine. You know, go for it. I honestly think, in the end, that he will go back to Bob Iger and say, I think the judge is going to rule against us. I think this is going to go forward. And I think we need to make a deal. Or Iger will say, let's just make a deal and let it go. Okay. We will have to see, but there you are. Okay, so that's the news on the Gina Carano front. Again, no news on Karen McCarthy front because God knows what would be discovered in that. And there you have it. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.